Mag Labs presents MSTV. I am your host, Joe Pietaro, and thank you so much for joining us once again tonight. IronMagLabs.com makes all of this possible for you, but make sure you go to musclesportmag.com/subscribe. $32 a year, free shipping in the United States, and of course, summer issue is out with a juiced up, jacked up Eddie from Iron Maiden destroying a city, wearing MSM logo on his ripped pants. Holy shit. Guys, we got a great show in store for you. Super Bowl winning NFL punter Steve Weatherford will join us. He's also the creator of the Armageddon 12 Weeks to Bigger Arms ebook. Steve is probably the most conditioned athlete that I ever met, and he's still, even in retirement, he's in better shape now than he was as a player. He's an amazing guy. He's a lot of fun, and we're going to have him right here for you coming up after this quick break, but also some Olympia chat, of course, since we're getting closer to the Olympia, and we're looking forward to seeing you guys at the show, at the Orleans, at the Expo, all over the place, at pumpedupfitnessnutrition.com and the City Athletic Club, of course. Last but not least on this episode, more viewers of the episode. Guys, I want to put you in the next one. All you got to do is hold your phone this way. Don't hold it like this. Hold it like this. Long ways, sideways. Do a short little clip. Say your name. Give me your Instagram name if you want to plug that. And just say you're watching Muscle Sport TV. That's all you got to do. Email it to me, joe@musclesportmag.com, and you will see yourself on a future episode of MSTV. Just like we have readers of the issue, viewers of the episode. We want to give you guys the floor. You deserve it with the support that you've been giving our company. But don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this quick break with Steve Weatherford.
This is Robert Frank, 615, and you're watching Muscle Sport TV, the most jacked and tan show on the fucking internet.
And welcome back to Muscle Sport TV. We are being joined right now by Steve Weatherford, NFL punter, and of course, creator of Armageddon. Steve, welcome to the program.
Hey, Joe, man. It's good to finally get on here, man. I've listened to many of shows. A big fan of yours, man. I love your writing. Enjoy the podcast. So, dude, it's good to be here.
Thank you so much. Our pleasure. Give us an update on Armageddon. I see you got a lot of new stuff going on with the whole ebook series. Fill us in.
Yeah, so the Armageddon 12-week arm training program for me, really, I mean, Joe, you've known me for a long time. We've been friends for probably almost 5 years now, or almost 6 years now. And, you know, for me, I was always a fitness guy that was playing football. And, you know, fitness and really my infatuation with just like the genetic potential, and each person has a different one, and they're, you know, predisposed to, you know, different abilities and different functions and different heights, different weights. And so I've always been fascinated by that. And then for me personally, to start out high school at 108 pounds, I knew in order for me to live my dream of one day being a pro athlete, I was going to have to address my weakest link, and that was the, you know, my size and my strength. And so I literally like slept in the weight room for 4 years in high school, graduated high school at 225 pounds. So I grew a little bit. I was 5'8", 108, and I graduated at 6'3". So I grew 7 inches, but I gained like 117 pounds. And I just, the more investment that I put into the weight room, the more I saw, you know, opportunities and abilities coming my way, not just like physically, not just being able to bench press, 200 pounds and then 225 pounds. I mean, you remember, you know, the first time you were able to put 2 wheels on the side of bench press and lift it. Everybody remembers that. And
sure.
So it was just achievement after achievement that just continued, you know, like the snowball effect. It was just created so much momentum for me, because every time I accomplished a goal, it kind of reinvigorated me, and I continued to set my goals higher and higher. Then I earned a scholarship to college, and then go into the pros. And back to your question about Armageddon, during this entire, pretty much 19 years of grind and sweat and sacrifice and early mornings and late nights, and I realized that I needed to do more than the guy next to me in order to just be on the same playing field. Mm-hmm. And then to be able to beat that person, I was going to have to do more than them consistently. And so during that journey, I got bigger, I got faster, I got stronger, I became more explosive. I continually climbed up the ranks from beginner, novice, college, pros, and then elite pro. And it's all predicated off of hard work. But one thing hard work has never been able to do for me is get my freaking arms to grow. During this whole 19-year process, my bench press would go up, my squat would go up, my vertical leap would go up, my 40 would go down, and I couldn't freaking get my arms to grow. And so when I retired, or in my mind, I didn't announce my retirement at this time, but January 1st of 2016, literally about 19 months ago now, I said, okay, you know what? I'm reassessing my life, reassessing the last, professional season that I played in the NFL. And I think to myself, okay, now it's time to set some more goals, kind of like the same way I've done my whole life. And every single goal that I was writing down on a piece of paper, which were kind of like, some people call them New Year's resolutions, but people break New Year's resolutions. I don't break goals. I achieve them, Yeah. So I don't call them resolutions. They're freaking goals for me. And so I'm writing these goals down, and none of these goals have anything to do with professional sports. I put them on Instagram, what my goals were, but it was spending 60 minutes with my family per day with no electronics, no iPads, no phones, no TVs, just like board games or reading books or playing basketball outside, whatever the case may be. 60 minutes with my family was one of my goals. The other goal was I wanted to read one book per month, and I freaking failed in that one too. But you recalibrate and figure out what did I do wrong that I wasn't able to achieve that, and then that's when you learn from that failure and continue to grow and achieve. But one of the third or fourth goals that I wrote down for myself, the other one was I wanted to eat dinner as a family together 5 nights per week.
Good one. Yeah.
And I really like that because I feel like the older you and I get, the less normal that is.
Yep.
And I don't. So I wanted to break bread with my family. And then the last goal that I wrote for myself was I wanted to get 19-inch arms in 90 days. Because in order for a goal to be a goal for me, it's got to be a dream on the deadline, and it has to be measurable. I don't want to say I just want to get big arms. How big do you want them? So I wanted to get 19-inch arms. I was very specific with that goal. And from 19-inch arms, I decided to put myself on a 90-day, which is crazy. And I didn't think I was going to be able to do it.
Mm-hmm. Where did you start at? What were your arms at that point?
I started at 16.75 inches. So I had to get 2.25 inches in 90 days, which is pretty freaking impossible, especially for somebody that had trouble trying to make them grow. But all the training that I'd done up until that point, Joe, was like athletic performance training, which is, and I didn't really know at the time, that doesn't make your muscles bigger. That makes you a better athlete. It makes you more explosive. It makes you faster. It doesn't make your arms grow. Yep. So a lot of the training that I was doing for my arms was predicated off of my knowledge and experience in pro sports, and they don't complement each other as well as what you would like. So, long story short, I reached out to every person I knew that had big arms. I'm like, teach me. So then I created, after all these conversations and working out with all these different people, I took about 2.5 weeks to put my plan together. And then once I had my plan together, I started. And on the 90th day, I measured at 18.9 inches. And the reason why is because I had a muscle and fitness photo shoot like 3 days before. So I was like carb depleted and I was just crushed. So on the 94th day, I had 19.1 inch arms.
Nice.
And that was after I had some pizza and stuff. But anyway, that was my whole journey of creating Armageddon. That's like why I did it. And I shared the entire journey on social media. But I wrote the program for myself. I was never planning on putting it into an ebook or even sharing the whole program with people. It was something I did. That was like the first thing I did for myself when I retired after 10 years. And then so for me to go from that and have just literally thousands and thousands of requests for what program I did in order to gain strength and gain size in 94 days. So I took the next 5 months, because I'd never done anything like this before, and I detailed everything that I ate, everything, all the supplements that I was taking, the recovery that I was taking, not just the sets, reps, and angles and tempo. I filmed, there's 106 different exercise variations in this program, and I filmed a 60-second explainer tutorial video for every single one of them. So when people download the ebook, I wanted this program to be simple enough for that 14-year-old kid that I used to be. I wanted them to be able to click on that text and watch the video, know exactly what to do, how fast to do it, where to squeeze. And I wanted to be effective enough for somebody like me that had been in the gym for 20 years but hadn't gotten the results that they think they deserve. So I took 5 months, I launched, and I knew that a lot of people were going to buy it, but I didn't think it was going to be the amount that it was. I mean, and it's not a cheap ebook. It's a $67 ebook, but the reason I feel like it's worthy of $67, it freaking works, Like all those other fitness people, because when I thought about writing an ebook, Joe, you go out there and there's a million of them for sale.
Yeah.
So I bought the ebooks that were like highest ranked, not just arm books, not just arm training ebooks, just ebooks in general that were top sellers. Mm-hmm. And I would go through them and I would figure out what I thought they did well, what I thought they did poorly, and I just kind of took bits and pieces of all these different ebooks and then created it, and that's kind of the format for Armageddon. And just been super, super fortunate that all of that hard work, that 5 months that I put into creating it, has benefited so many people, and it's been purchased a ton of times. But it's great to be able to make money doing what you love, but when you impact people doing what you love and you make a living, dude, you're living the dream, and that's what I'm able to do. I mean, I never thought in a million years I would launch a digital ebook and do 70,000 in sales in day one.
Wow.
That's
phenomenal.
It blows my mind. It still blows my mind. But, here we are 11 months later, and I'm still getting tons and tons of downloads and success stories of people DMing me. I know this podcast at this point has sounded like a pitch for my ebook.
That's all right.
It's not. This is my story. This is genuine. This is authentic. But yeah, man, that's kind of, I know I probably answered a lot of the questions you had written down for me, but you asked about Armageddon, and I think more important than Armageddon is everything I experienced in my life up until that point that really kind of gave me the experience and the humility to reach out to Flex Lewis or Mike O'Hearn or Sadiq Hadzovic and all these guys that I admire for their physique and ask them questions, because I had no idea how to bodybuild. I knew how to build myself to be an extremely high performance individual athlete, whether it's not just punting. I was a All-American decathlete in college. I played 4 sports in high school. I was all-state in all of those. So I knew how to train to perform, but I didn't know how to train in order to get growth.
Yeah.
And so I'm just thankful that I was humble enough to kind of admit that to myself and reach out to people that knew how to do that, to learn and take their knowledge and their advice and put it into a program for myself that worked.
And what's the website they can get it at? Armageddon.com, right?
You know what? I just launched, as of yesterday, I just launched my new website. So whether it's apparel or shaker cups or whatever the case may be, I'm putting everything on Weatherford5.com, and that's going to be a really great location for me to be able to share training content and just, provide value to people, because it's great if somebody purchases your ebook, but at the end of the day, the reason that I created that program was to address something about myself that I wanted to level up.
Yeah.
And so that's how, we've supported each other on social media for a long time. And, and to me, that is my number one motivation on social media, is just to provide value to people. And it's not just how to get bigger arms. It's perspective in life, it's mindset, it's balance, it's gratefulness, it's motivation, whatever it is I feel like people will benefit from. That's what I try to provide on social media. And it's not like I would ever ask $1 for anybody for something like that, because that's something I truly enjoy doing, and nothing fulfills me more than getting a DM from somebody that says, "Hey, I purchased your your 12-week Armageddon program. I did it. My arms got bigger, man. I feel better about myself. But really, what this taught me was, nothing replaces discipline and hard work and sacrifice. And I've applied that to other facets of my life, and I've never been happier. My marriage is great. I just got a promotion. Like, to me, that's the greatest direct message or Snapchat video I could ever receive from anyone.
Yeah, you can't put a number on stuff like that. I mean, that's great inspiration. But you've been like that your whole career as far as charitable and always doing things for different groups and programs. I mean, like when you and I first met back then, we did the cover feature together. We were talking about all the different charities that you did, and you had a whole bunch of them on your website. So what has been your driving force to always be that kind of guy that looked out for other folks?
I think it's perspective to put it very, on its most basic level. It's just perspective, because my perspective, like actually having an opportunity to have a dream when you're 14 years old, and then you fast forward 10 years later, I'm 24 years old, and all of a sudden I'm walking out of an NFL tunnel, and I'm not going to my seat. I'm going to the sideline wearing a jersey, that's an incredible feeling. And so I've been very thankful that I've never lost that perspective of just being thankful for the opportunity. It's kind of like waking up in the morning. Like right now, I'm doing a metabolic reset because I've moved over the past 6 weeks, and I've been eating takeout for almost every single meal. Like, granted, I'm still trying to eat healthy takeout, but it's not the same.
No.
And so I've gained a little bit of fat over the past 6 weeks. So I'm starting a metabolic reset today. Actually, nobody wants to wake up in the morning and do cardio.
No.
But it's a simple practice of perspective. It's not like waking up in the morning at 5:30 and be like, oh God, I got to go outside, and jog for a half an hour. Like, if you can control your perspective, everything in your life that seems as if it's something you have to do, suddenly if you shift the paradigm of where your perspective is, all of a sudden you wake up in the morning at 5:30 and you're like, thank God I have an opportunity to do cardio. You know what I mean? Because if you think about it like that, you wake up in the morning and your left leg is gone. You know what? I bet you would be wishing that you could wake up in the morning and do cardio.
Yeah,
absolutely. I mean? There's a lot of people that deal with something like that. That's not that uncommon to have, a torn ACL or an ankle surgery or a back problem that prevents, and if you think about that and you think about how fortunate you are to have the opportunity to do cardio, then all of a sudden, dude, you start jumping out of bed and being able to manipulate your perspective. It makes even the most worst things in your life, you don't feel like life is happening to you. You think it's happening for you once you're able to control kind of where you view things from. Now, granted, I know when bad things happen in life, you have to acknowledge the negativity that's just entered your ecosystem. Yeah. However, how you use that negativity that has come into your life, that's what separates people that are fulfilled and prosperous and successful, and the people that make really good excuses.
I tell you, though, you definitely inspire a lot of people, and I got to admit, Steve, after I interviewed you the first time, I never ate green beans. And now, every time my wife makes them, she goes, do you want some? I said, yeah, Weatherford. And I just mentioned your name, and she starts laughing because I told her the story. The greener, the better. And I hated green beans. I actually enjoy them now. So I just turned 50. So for a good 40-something years, I never ate them. But since you and I touched base, now I'm a green bean fan.
That's positive peer pressure, Joe.
There you go. So you got me to do something good there. So you definitely are an inspirational person, at least as far as my green bean intake goes. But let's switch gears. Let's talk a little NFL, of course. I love your name tag from your locker behind you. That's awesome.
Usually, if you sit at my desk, this is usually the view you would have. But I'm like, oh man, I didn't realize we're doing a podcast on video also, so then I had to turn you around to the only thing in my office that looks cool.
No, that's very cool. I see the mini helmet over there. But let's talk about your old team, the New York Giants. Definitely a lot of good things so far. Looking at them going into the season, I love the addition of Brandon Marshall. I love the draft pick. Two more weapons for Eli. a little thin at running back, but what's your overall perspective of the Big Blue right now?
Well, I mean, the number one thing that you need to win a championship is a quarterback, and the Giants have a great quarterback. You know, I think over the past 2 to 3 seasons they've upgraded the offensive line every single year, which I know a lot of people are like drawing a question mark on the running back, but to be honest with you, if you put the right pieces in place on the offensive line, it's going to allow Eli Manning to be a more efficient passer, but also a bigger threat for attacking downfield. You know, with longer throws of 30 yards or more, you need more time in the pocket. So if you can improve your offensive line, you're going to give him more time, which is going to make defenses respect you a little bit more, which is going to open up things for your running backs, because they're not going to have 8 or maybe even 9 people in the box.
Yeah.
Now, the other benefit to leveling up your offensive line, they're going to block for your running back better. You know,
of course.
You have better personnel, they're going to do a better job for you. So not only does it stop defenses from blitzing you and packing the box with linebackers, absolutely, but it's also going to allow your running back to have a more clear vision and better timing, because people think it's the big holes that create these long runs, and that's not it at all. It's the timing between the offensive linemen being able to open up that hole and then close that hole that makes for the big runs. Because if you have the hole open for 2 seconds, which is an eternity in football, that's going to give the linebacker time to see the hole and go over there and stop the running back.
Yeah.
But if you time it up to where that lineman just opens up the hole and then closes it real quick, by the time the running back squirts out and starts running, the linebacker's already 4 or 5 yards behind him. Running backs are typically faster than linebackers, and that's where a big run comes from.
Absolutely. And you mentioned Eli before. I mean, to me, he's a slam dunk Hall of Famer, this guy. 2 Super Bowls. Obviously, you were on the second one that he won, the winning team.
Your seat was almost as good as mine. Every time Joe posts a picture like Throwback Thursday from the Giants Super Bowl, he makes sure he tags me. So I double tap every one of those bad boys.
Thank you, I appreciate it. That was an amazing game, obviously. And what's your biggest recollection out of that Super Bowl?
We did our photo shoot like 6 months before that, didn't we?
No, it was after that, because you had the ring.
It was after the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you had the ring on the cover.
I did have my Super Bowl ring.
Yeah.
Because I did one photo shoot in my whole life prior to that season, and that was like, I did it during the season like an idiot.
I think it was bodybuilding.com you did that one with.
It was, no, it was Muscle and Fitness.
Okay.
It was Muscle and Fitness, and the article was called Renaissance Man, just because they wanted to talk about how I was like the third string quarterback and, third string safety, punter, holder, da-da-da. So they wanted to talk about the fact that I was like fit and able to play other positions. Obviously I didn't, but I was in a emergency. I could play safety, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was the article. Then we won the Super Bowl, and then you and I connected like that off season.
Yes.
We're getting old, dude. I forget.
The biggest take from that Super Bowl, obviously a great game. You went down to the wire, of course, and New England's just an amazing team, and you guys apparently had their number between that win and then the one in the 07 and then 08 Super Bowl 07 season. What's your biggest takeaway from that game? Your most cherished memory from that Sunday?
I think more than the Super Bowl. I haven't shared this. I don't think I've shared this publicly, but to me, winning the Super Bowl was obviously super special because it was 47 miles from where I went to high school, and
Indianapolis.
It was special for a lot of different reasons, but to me, I had more like joy and happiness and shock and awe. NFC Championship game, going to overtime, and although I set a bunch of Super Bowl records for your punting in the Super Bowl, I feel like my performance in the NFC Championship game is about as good as what I was capable of. I had 12 punts.
Wow,
and
that's a lot.
I mean, typically, a punter will punt like 4 or 5 times in a game. There's a lot of games I'll have a great game, but I won't feel like I directly impacted the outcome of the game. But when you have 12 punts and field position is a huge battle.
Of course,
it's a great time to have a great game. And it was like 37 degrees, like sideways rain. Like, you have the holes in your helmets. Like the rain was like coming into my ear hole. It was just, it couldn't have been worse conditions, and I performed really well. And then to be on the field and hold the field goal for Lawrence Tynes to kick the field goal, because as soon as he kicked it, I knew it was straight, and I knew we were going to the freaking Super Bowl.
Oh, so, yeah, famous reading your lips was classic.
That one landed, actually, that picture is what landed me in the Giants Hall of Fame. So
awesome.
Pretty thankful for that.
That was a classic moment, obviously, and
I still walk in Manhattan from time to time, and I'll be like pushing my stroller. I've got 4 kids.
Yeah.
So I might be pushing the baby. I've got my wife next to me, and then the other kids are walking in front, and we'll be walking down the street, Fifth Ave, Broadway, wherever we're at. And every once in a while, somebody from like across the other side of the street will yell out,
"We're going
Super Bowl!"
The baby's here, yeah. Come on.
But yeah, that is definitely a YouTube clip. YouTube clip that will live on and forever. So in the show notes, we'll put the link to the video.
Yes, but it showed such raw emotion of a pro, like just so pumped up, So it was just it was a great moment.
That was my 4th time going to championship game.
Yeah, because you were with the Jets before that.
I went with the Saints my rookie year. I went with the Jets 2 times and lost all of them. So when we won that game, I legit, still to this day, I blacked out from the time I stood up and saw the ball going straight. As soon as I turned around, I have no mental recollection whatsoever.
Yeah.
And the next memory that my brain started kind of recording and creating, I remember laying on the field in Candlesticks Park with the rain coming down in my eyeballs. And Victor Cruz picking me up by my shoulder pads and shaking me, and that's when my memory kicked back in.
I was at that the 2010 AFC Championship game in Pittsburgh, but I actually had the luxury and of the warmth of the press box. That was a cold night, man.
Yeah, dude, it was. I think my second to last punt of that game was 27 yards. It was awful.
It was a rock you were kicking. I mean, come on.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's sometimes when you play in temperatures that are that cold, I'll wake up the next day and I'll have the size of a plum, with good size, a bruise on the top of my foot because it's like kicking a rock.
Sure.
And it's not like you can ease off it a little bit and not kick it as hard because it's a rock, because that's your freaking job.
Sure, yeah, you got to nail it.
So, I mean, like I said, dude, I don't complain because I've got teammates that literally can't walk into work the next morning, so I'm not going to complain about a big bruise on my foot.
They'd break your balls unmercifully if you did.
That's another way that I practice perspective, because if I walk in, I'm like, oh, my foot hurts so much, and then you look over at Eli Manning. Literally, you couldn't read his number on the back of his jersey. He was on his back so much. Jesus. You just don't complain.
No.
You go put your hurt punter foot in the cold tub and shut up.
What's up with the radio gig? You still doing the stuff with Kim?
I did that for about 8 months. Loved it. Had a blast.
I loved it too. Yeah.
It was such a big time commitment for me. To travel into the city and be in studio. I would have been interested doing it if I could do it from home, kind of similar to a podcast, because, you make a couple bucks doing radio. I mean, it's not bad money, but to me, it's at this point in my life, it's not about the money. It's more about the impact. I feel like if I truly have the impact in my lifetime that I plan to have, dude, there's going to be plenty of income, and plus I'm super fortunate that my motivations are different, not because I'm, just some super motivated person. It's because I'm super fortunate to have played in the NFL for 10 years, and I was very, very mindful and vigilant with enjoying life, but saving my money,
Yeah.
When you're making $3 million a year to kick a football, don't live like you're making $3 million a year. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with living off of $300,000, which is a lot of money.
Sure, yeah.
And, and saving as much as you can, because that has afforded me the ability and the opportunity to kind of pursue what I'm super passionate about and make a business around what I'm passionate about. Motivating, inspiring, fitness, health, wellness, mindset. I love that stuff because I feel like that genuinely brings happiness to people versus, going and getting a job where you can make a lot of money, but you don't feel fulfilled. You don't wake up and want to go to work. So it's not like I'm not working hard. I'm working hard. I'm just working hard at something I'm passionate about, and to me, that's living the dream. So I go from wearing shorts to work, playing a child's game for a living, to motivating and inspiring and lifting weights.
That's
not a bad gig, bro.
No, not at all, man. But you're great in the media. When the Super Bowl was at MetLife, you did the whole circuit that weekend, and you were awesome on the media, and I loved your show with Kim Jones on The Fan. And anything that you can do in the media, I hope that we get to see you out there somewhere, someone, NFL Network, anything, even on a couple of spots or anything.
You know, honestly, that's like I've had a couple opportunities like NFL Films, NFL Network, ESPN, but I've passed on a couple of them because I don't want to go to a job and talk about what somebody else did with their life last night to somebody else that's sitting at home just watching. You know what I mean? Like I want to talk about something that people can apply into their life and then take action with it. To me, ESPN was just like entertainment. Like you watch like the best in the world compete in something and that entertains you. Like to me, that doesn't fulfill me. Like, would it be cool to be on TV all the time and, you know, and make X amount of dollars? Yeah, that would be cool. But would that fulfill me? And my answer is no. Yeah. So I would rather control the content that I speak about when I'm on social media, whether that's YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. I control that content. I can say it however I want to. I can say whatever I want to. And I don't have a boss telling me, read this teleprompter. You know, read about what this athlete did with their life last night. If I wanted to be on ESPN, I would be the person they're talking about, not the person I'm talking about, somebody else. You know what I mean?
Totally got you.
I've been on both sides of it. I've been the guy that was on ESPN that had a great game, and I've also been the guy on ESPN that just blew the game for us. And I've also been the guy that's on ESPN talking about the guy that blew the game.
Yeah.
And it was fun, and I've done both of them, but it doesn't bring me the fulfillment and the motivation of pursuing what I'm pursuing right now.
Definitely. Weatherford 5, that's WEATHERFORD. The number 5.com. We'll have a link in the post here. Steve Weatherford, I'd like to thank you so much for joining us on Muscle Sport TV today, bro.
I freaking love you. And I wasn't planning on doing this. I actually wasn't planning on talking about Armageddon as much as I did. When is this gonna air?
This is going to air in about a week.
Okay, so in the next 24 hours, I'll create a promo code for all of the people that watch this. You tell me what you want the code to be, and then we'll send them to weatherford5.com, and they'll have a promo code for the program. And just so you guys know, I don't do promos. I only do it for Joe.
Nice. Just MSM, I guess. Let's just do MSM.
All right, so if you go to weatherford5.com and you want to try any of my programs, we're going to go
MSM, we'll do.
MSM.
Yep.
Type in MSM, and I will give you guys a 25% discount.
Nice. There you
go.
Joe,
dude, it was an honor to be on the show, man. I love what you're doing.
Thank you.
Obviously, I love the industry that you're in, and any way I can further support you or your viewers or listeners, man, you let me know.
Same here, Steve. I'm always open to doing stuff with you again. Anything you want to plug, just give me a holler, bro.
You got it, brother. Talk soon, man.
Thanks,
Joe.
Steve. Take care.
So, are you looking for open and honest talk about female bodybuilding, female muscle, competing, and more? Well, here it is. Make sure to watch me, Crystal Wildfire Anthony, on Spreading Like Wildfire on Muscle Sport TV. Not only will I give you my uncensored opinions, but I'll also show you some sexy muscle. Want to see more? Just come watch me on MuscleGirlsLive.com and follow me on Instagram at Crystal Wildfire Anthony. You want to be careful, though, not to get burned. It's hot, and it's going to be spreading like wildfire. Make sure you guys sign up. Watch us at Muscle Sport Mag, Muscle Sport TV, and come say hello.
This is Dr. Tony Huge of EnhancedAthlete.com, and you're watching Muscle Sport TV.
And welcome back to Iron Mag Labs presents MSTV. Let's do a little Olympia chat. It's coming up before you know it. Next month, we'll be out there covering the show, covering the weekend, hooking up, meeting all you guys out there and doing a lot of good photos and videos. But as far as the shows themselves go, not a lot of intrigue and mystery surrounding the men's open and the 212. That's basically the majority of our viewership, readership, if you will. That's really the categories they're concerned with. Without female bodybuilding, there really isn't a lot of, interest in the women's categories other than the TNA aspect, I guess. But most of the guys are interested in those two categories. Classic physique, besides Flex Wheeler's comeback and how will he look, at least I can speak for myself. I don't really give two flying shits about any of it. But the men's open and the 212, obviously a lot of interest in that. But there isn't a lot of, to me, it's going to be a slam dunk for both defending champions, for Heath and for Lewis. I don't see a great battle going on for first place. Obviously, the lineup does have amazing talent in it both ways. So, the pose down is going to be great as far as 2 through 6. As far as knocking off the defending reigning champions, I don't see it happening in either category. If anything, obviously, I see it probably in the open would be a chance for somebody to sneak in if Heath is off. I don't see that happening either case, especially in the 212. I don't think Lewis would come in off. I mean, both guys only compete once a year. They're going to be on top of their games. They're both consummate professionals. So I do see the Olympia going pretty much as planned, if you will. Not a big shock if Heath and Lewis win. I think it'll be a big shock if either of them even have somebody standing next to him at the final lead-off, if there's even a mystery behind it. I don't think last year there was, and I expect more of the same this year. I guess what makes the Open a little more exciting is because there's been some drama. Self-induced by Heath. I did a video, Muscle Sport Minute, about it. He's causing his own drama and his own troubles, and he's not focused on it. I don't even think that was going to have any difference as far as the outcome of the show goes, though. But Heath worried about Kai, if Kai's going to sign, and talking in riddles and your fans and all of that stuff. And then the whole Sean Roden close-ups thing. That's been it, really. That's been the mystery surrounding the Olympia. And if one of the Camel Crew guys, can come in condition, and still maintain that ridiculous, amazing size, like Lowly and Ramy, and even Brandon Curry is training Kuwait, and he just looks fucking sick. So are these guys going to be able to hold off the spillover, come on stage with that quality muscle, but in enough condition where they're going to have something to say as far as first place goes? I say no. I think that those type of guys, like a Ramy is a perfect off-season Sandown winner, I called him. He looks great in the off-season. He just can't do it on stage. And you put him up against the Heath, even if he might outsize him. He's outsizing him in the waist area, too, which is not Olympia caliber winning things. It's, Kai won the Arnold, and he's got that kind of big, bulky look to him, but at least he had enough flair on his lats to kind of mask it a little bit. I don't see guys like that winning Olympias, and I think it's going to be another year of Heath and Flex Lewis. I'm not going out on a limb and saying that, but I'm not going to just make up a prediction just for the fuck of it and say, yeah, I think, he's going to knock him off. No, I don't think that at all. I think the biggest mystery, like I said, will be if somebody actually is a close second. I don't think there has been a close second. I don't even think Kai's been a close second all of those years. Yes, even the year that some people say Kai should have won, I think it was Heath all the way. And I am by far a Heath supporter. Call it like I see it, if you will. I think it's going to be another year of the same at the Olympia, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, mind you. It just shows you how great the top guys are in each respective category, open in 212. And as a journalist and media person covering bodybuilding, I gotta respect that. I think it's, it's great. It's a streak. Let's see how long it goes. Could he keep winning and set the new record? Yeah, I think so. And Lewis is setting the standard in the 212, and he's basically going to keep winning that until he decides to stop competing altogether or to go into the Open. I know he had expressed interest back in, I think, 13 of going into the Open, and then he was talked out of it, I guess. I don't know if it was Flex Magazine or whoever said, stay where you are. That's the best place for you. And he's listened to that advice, and it's worked for him. So, Heath and Lewis, you heard it here last. I guess I'm not the first to say it, but I'll maybe the first to repeat it. But we'll be out there at the Olympia. We want to see all you guys. We're going to be doing a lot of cool shit at Robert Engel Jr.'s PumpedUpFitnessNutrition.com on West Sahara Avenue in Las Vegas, and also at Mid-City Gym, where a lot of action's going to be going on. We'll be there as well. And, of course, the Expo, the Strip, we're staying at the Orleans Arena. Well, Orleans Hotel, the show's at the arena, but you know what I mean. Myself and Dave, Comerica Muscle Boys, will be out there in full force getting to see all you guys. So make sure that you hit us up on Instagram. Let us know where you are. We want to hook up. Have a drink together. It's not all work. It's a lot of fun, too. Let's have a good time. Most of the fun is meeting you guys, hanging out and meeting the people out there that enjoy what we're doing with Muscle Sport Mag and Muscle Sport TV. So make sure you let us know who's going to the Olympia. I had that Olympia roll call post. We'll be putting that back up again, of course. We're going to take a quick break and be right back. Check it out, guys, right here, HotStuffNutritionals.com, the company you know and love from way back when. All you guys that are in my age group, and even some of you younger bucks, you guys know all about Hot Stuff right here. This is my personal favorite, the banana-flavored testosterone potentiator maximum strength formula right here. This is an amazing product right here. It's been around for a long time, and there's a reason why. But they don't fuck around over at Hot Stuff Nutritionals. They also have Glandol. Now, this is something a lot of you guys overlook. All the shit that everybody in this wacky fucking world and industry and lifestyle take, you got to take care of your glands. Flood your body with over 80 hormone-boosting factors right here with Glandol from Hot Stuff Nutritionals. Maximum Strength Raw Gland Complex. Sports performance, increase power and strength, boost energy and endurance, and increase exercise muscle recovery. If you're not going to recover, you're not going to be able to hit it hard the next day. So make sure you go to HotStuffNutritionals.com right now and order both of these today.
What's going on, everybody? That's right, it's your boy, the 7-foot, 330-pound, former WWE superstar, former TNA champion, the Blueprint, Matt Morgan, former American Gladiator, the Beast. And I'm pretty positive that covers all my gimmick and pseudo names. But nonetheless, guys, you're tuning in right now to Muscle Sport TV, the realest of the real. No filler, no fluff, no cookie cutter crap. No has to have a happy ending in order for us to produce this show. None of that mess. Instead, what you're about to tune into is shows that are going to make a lot of athletes nervous out there, a lot of athletes butthurt out there, and a lot of athletes really pissed off. But guess what? I don't give a shit. It's about to be a bumpy ride. I suggest you buckle up.
Hey guys, Steve here, 5% Sponsored Athletes. You are watching Muscle Sports TV. Boom!
Hey everyone, this is Kay Auerbach93 from Instagram, and you're watching Muscle Sport TV.
Hi, this is Johnny from sunny California. Instagram, Johnny Fit Over 50, and you're watching Muscle Sport TV.
Hello, my name is Stellar JHC, and you are watching Muscle Sport Mag TV.
Hey Robert, it's Jay Cutler, four-time Mr. Olympia here. I want to send a big thank you to yourself and your company, Pumped Up Fitness Nutrition, for the support of Cutler Nutrition.
What's up, everyone? This is Rich Piana. I just want to let you guys know you can get all my supplements at Pumped Up Fitness Nutrition.
And Pumped Up Fitness Nutrition.
Pumped Up Fitness Nutrition. I will see you there.
God damn it.
Pumped Up Fitness Nutrition. The Hulk will be you.
Store's freaking awesome, man. Pumped Up Fitness and Nutrition.
God damn it.
Come here, get all your 5% needs. You know, everything's fully in stock at all times here. It's 100% in stock. This store is fucking awesome.
I look forward to seeing you guys soon.
Where else?
And that's going to do it for us on this episode of Iron Mag Labs presents Muscle Sport TV. Thanks so much to Steve Weatherford for joining us. Make sure you go to his website, Weatherford5.com. Weatherford5.com. You can order all of your stuff, including his great ebook series right there, Armageddon. And guys, send me those viewers of the episode clips. I want to put you on MSTV. We want to be out there with you guys in Vegas. I can't wait for Olympia weekend coming up in just a few short weeks. But we will see you on the next episode of Iron Mag Labs presents MSTV. We got one more in August. And then I got a surprise coming up for you in the September episodes. Shh, don't tell anybody. It's a fucking secret. We'll see you next time on Iron Mag Labs presents MSTV.